Good evening, and thank you for joining me again for our midweek Advent devotions. This Sunday, we look at the topic of love, not romantic love, not brotherly love or familial love, but we look at unconditional love, a kind of love that says, it doesn't matter who you are, what you've done, I'm going to love you just as you are. With God, that's the kind of love we receive. We receive a love that says, yes, I know you're human, you're a sinner, and yet I still love you anyway. And at Christmas, during Advent, that's the love that we see. We see this love manifesting between people, that sense of giving and caring for each other that comes out this time of year. In our reading that we'll hear on Sunday from Isaiah, we hear talk about God restoring people, redeeming people. We hear that the eyes of the blind will be opened, the ears of the deaf unstopped, the lame will leap like a deer, and the mute will shout with joy. Water will gush forth in the wilderness and streams in the desert. God, in this reading from Isaiah, is restoring what's been broken, what's been damaged by sin and death, and bringing it to new life. We see this done over and over with Christ. He heals people in the synagogues and in temples and in really wherever he encounters them. Lepers, those who were lame and could not walk, the blind man. He even heals Lazarus from death. And that's not done just for any old reason, but it's because God loves us. And he asks us to do the same for each other. We're called to love one another, to share the overabundance of love that God has shown us with our neighbors, our friends, the random people we meet on the street. This season of Advent reminds us, as we think about the hope and the peace that Christ gives us, that we also have this extraordinary gift of love that came down into a world that was at times very unloving and is still very unloving at times, and says, that's not the only way. That's not the way we should live. We should live lives of love, of that unconditional, unapologetic, you're a human created in God's image just like me. I'm going to love you however you are. I've seen a lot of clips on Instagram lately of heartwarming moments of families being reunited or kind things being done after the loss of a loved one. And it's reminded me of this quote from The Hobbit, watching these, or from The Lord of the Rings by a Hobbit. They're talking, and one of them says something to the effect of, there's still good in this world, and it's worth fighting for. It can be easy to look at our world, watch the news, read the paper, get on social media, and see all the pain, all the evil, all the wrong that's going on in the world, and wonder what's the point. But the point is, there's still good in the world. There's still hope. There's still peace. And the way that we fight for that hope, for that good in the world, is with love. Not with violence and weapons, but with love. We show the love that God has shown us, and in turn, that goodness gets a chance to stand, to be visible in the world, and make a difference. So this Advent season, this Christmas time, as we journey towards that night when we remember Christ being born, think about the love that we have all received and how that we can all share it with those around us. Thank you for joining me this week, and I look forward to seeing you all again next Wednesday. God bless.